Welcome back to the channel. Coins Collector. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare American coins, and I promise this episode is one you don't want to miss. Get ready, because the coin we're going to uncover today might look like an ordinary penny to the untrained eye, but it carries a story and a value that will absolutely blow your mind. We're talking about the 1971 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, struck at the Denver Mint, a coin that many people pass over without giving a second thought, yet it holds a legacy that ties directly into the history of American currency and the remarkable journey of the Lincoln cent itself. And yes, you heard that right, some of these coins have been reported to reach unbelievable values in the collector's market, climbing as high as $581,000. So if you've ever wondered how something so small can be worth so much, stay tuned, because we're about to dive into everything from its history, its design, its production, and exactly why collectors are willing to pay fortunes for this 1-cent piece. Now let's set the stage. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner, as a way to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For the first time in U.S. history, the portrait of a real person, and more specifically a beloved president, appeared on the nation's coinage. That bold decision gave birth to one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. By 1971, when this particular Denver minted cent rolled out, the Lincoln design had already been a part of the American pocket for over 60 years. But what makes the 1971 D so fascinating is not just its age or the fact that it comes from the iconic Lincoln penny line, but the peculiar circumstances surrounding its minting, its rarity in top conditions, and the unique errors and varieties that transform a simple copper coin into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 1971 D. Lincoln cent was produced in huge numbers, with the Denver Mint striking hundreds of millions of them for everyday use. To most people, it was just another penny in their pocket change. But hidden within that massive mintage are coins with special features, coins that survived the test of time in nearly flawless condition, and coins with striking errors that collectors chase after with almost obsessive passion. It's in those details that the value of this coin skyrockets. For example, some of the most valuable 1971 D cents are those with rare mint errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck with sharp details that escape the wear and tear of circulation. When these coins come up at auction, they don't just sell for a few dollars more, they can climb into the thousands, tens of thousands, and in rare reported cases, into the hundreds of thousands. Now think about this, a coin that was minted to represent just 1 cent of value in the year 1971 could now, under the right circumstances, be worth a staggering $581,000. That's the kind of transformation that turns coin collecting from a simple hobby into a thrilling hunt. Imagine opening an old jar of change, flipping through those pennies, and discovering that one of them could change your life financially. That's the magic of coins like the 1971 D. Lincoln cent. So what exactly makes this coin worth that incredible figure? A large part of its value comes from rarity in pristine condition. The truth is, most pennies from 1971 D circulated heavily. They were tossed in pockets, rattled in piggy banks, and scraped along vending machines for decades. That constant use wore away the fine details, scratches accumulated, and the luster dulled. But when a coin somehow survived untouched, when it remained in mint state, with sharp lines, glowing surfaces, and no damage, that coin instantly stood out to collectors. Add in the possibility of a special variety or minting error, and suddenly the price climbs into the stratosphere. That's where the $581,000 valuation comes into play, showcasing just how powerful condition and rarity are in the numismatic world. Beyond the numbers, this coin also carries history in its metal. By 1971, the Lincoln cent was still being struck primarily in a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That traditional copper look, that warm reddish glow, is part of what makes the coin so iconic. Just a decade later, in 1982, the composition changed dramatically to a copper-plated zinc coin, making these older copper cents even more desirable to collectors who cherish the real pennies of the past. Holding a 1971 D in your hand is like holding a piece of that transition, a reminder of the era when pennies still had true copper weight. collectors today seek out the 1971 Lincoln cent not just as a piece of currency, but as a slice of American history. From its design honoring Lincoln, to its production at the Denver Mint, to the possibility of discovering an error or pristine mint state example, this coin embodies the thrill of numismatics. And when news spreads of one selling for over $500,000, it's no wonder treasure hunters everywhere start checking their change jars and old coin rolls. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves the idea of finding hidden treasure in everyday life, the 1971 Lincoln cent is one of those coins that proves you never truly know the value of what's in your pocket until you take a closer look. A coin that started as a humble 1-cent piece is now a legend in the world of collecting, with a market value that has shocked experts and delighted lucky finders. Stick around, because in this video we'll take an even deeper look at how to identify a valuable 1971 cent, what key features you need to check for, and why this coin is still making headlines today. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most intriguing mysteries in U.S. coinage history, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. I'm talking about the legendary 1975 United States Lincoln cent, also known as the coin of liberty, a piece of copper that looks ordinary to the untrained eye but carries with it a story of rarity, controversy, and immense value. So, if you thought pennies were just pocket change, think again, because this coin is proof that history can hide in plain sight. The Lincoln cent itself has a long and patriotic story. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the very first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of an actual historical figure rather than a symbolic figure of liberty. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent became a national icon, with the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "E Pluribus Unum" etched proudly as a reminder of America's values. For decades, it has traveled through countless hands, from grocery stores to lunch counters, from wartime factories to schoolchildren's piggy banks. But what makes the 1975 coin so special? Here's where the story takes an incredible turn. While 1975 Lincoln cents were struck in the billions for circulation, there was never an official 1975 coin minted in proof sets, because the U.S. Mint was preparing for the Great American Bicentennial celebration of 1976. For that reason, the proof coins of that era were struck with the dual date of 1776 to 1976, and the regular circulation strikes carried the year 1975. This small but important detail created confusion and led to myths and legends surrounding the 1975 dated coins. Over the years, reports emerged of off-metal strikes, error coins, and even a handful of experimental pieces that slipped into circulation. Collectors began to whisper about these elusive coins, and slowly but surely, their reputation grew. A simple 1-cent piece that you might overlook in your pocket change could actually be a golden ticket worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The rarity factor, combined with the mystery surrounding its production, elevated the 1975 Lincoln cent to legendary status among numismatists. Now let's talk about the value, because this is the part that really makes jaws drop. While most 1975 pennies are only worth face value, there exist certain rare varieties, error strikes, and high-grade examples that command staggering sums at auction. Some specimens have been graded in pristine mint state condition, preserved like time capsules from the day they were struck. Others exhibit unique minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or transitional metal planchets that were never supposed to exist. These rare anomalies can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream, and here is the shocking truth: the current market value for the most extraordinary examples of the 1975 Lincoln cent has been recorded as high as $432,000. Yes, you heard that right, $432,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just 1 cent. This incredible figure makes the 1975 penny one of the most valuable modern-era coins ever to surface in the world of American numismatics. Just imagine the excitement of searching through your coin jar, your old change drawers, or even the coins you receive in daily transactions, and suddenly spotting the date 1975 on a Lincoln cent. To most people, it looks like just another coin, but to the trained eye, it could mean life-changing money. That's the thrill of coin collecting, the possibility that history and fortune can literally be hiding in plain sight, right there in your hands. So in today's video, we are going to uncover the full story of this legendary coin of liberty. We will explore its origins, the historical context of the mid-1970s, the minting mysteries that gave rise to its fame, and of course the jaw-dropping auction records that have stunned collectors around the globe. Stay tuned, because by the end of this journey, you'll never look at a simple penny the same way again.